RevExpo Studio.
Welcome to another episode in our leadership series. It is my great pleasure to introduce to you our special guest, Linda Fisk. She's the CEO of Leadership Global, a multi-award-winning leader, keynote speaker, author, and university professor, dedicated to amplifying and extending the success of other high-caliber business leaders. She is leading a community of unstoppable women, enhancing their leadership blueprint and embracing their power to be the best version of themselves in work and in life. She supports and guides ambitious, creative women to move in the direction of their purpose, their mission, and their dreams, with powerful connections, critical support, practical tools, and valuable resources to show up, speak up, and step up in their careers and personal lives. Prior to this role, Linda was the CEO of Collective 54, successfully launching, growing, and scaling that firm after serving as the global head of brand marketing, public relations, and communications at Susan G. Komen. Linda forged an earlier career as an entrepreneurial and forward-thinking marketing executive on the cutting edge of brand marketing. When Linda served as the global head of marketing for YPO, she developed her passion for bringing inspiring leaders together to create opportunity, discover possibility, and solve problems. Today, we're going to focus on the important topic of women entrepreneurship and touch on trends that we have witnessed in the post-pandemic environment. Welcome, Linda. It's a great pleasure to have you here today. You already mentioned two important elements, though, about what women should be cautious when they engage in entrepreneurship initiatives. And you mentioned the resilience, right? They need to be super resilient and not immediately give up. The second one is also not to become defensive, right, when they get feedback. But I think there are several other pitfalls that we've both maybe experienced in our journey. What would you say are a few others that you would like to warn women? Because so far we talked only about what they can do to get better, how they should stay positive, but what are maybe some things that you can warn and say, those things you need to be aware of because they can be easy traps or lead you down a wrong path, because there are a few of those.
I would say is have a very firm grasp of your financials. Know your cash flow, know your financial foundations, be very, very clear on what your success metrics look like, and be sure that you're checking in on those success metrics, those financial milestones frequently, at least once a week, once a month, once a quarter. Understand what your goals are and how you are proceeding down the path based on those goals, those success metrics, and those milestones. Those people that say, I'm going to wing it, I don't need a healthy financial house to begin with, I'm going to learn as I go and we'll see what happens. You are not operating under a premise of success. You're operating under a premise of theory. And what you really have to do is become very, very clear about what your financial forecast is, what your success metrics are, and exactly where those tipping points are that allow you to hire your first employee, hire your 10th employee, invest in technology, invest in new assets, new ventures, new diversification of products or services. You absolutely have got to be committed and disciplined in understanding your financials, especially your cash flow. The second thing that I would say is absolutely critical for women specifically is not to chase the next new thing, not to get distracted by something new and shiny and different, but to stay the course on exactly what your purpose is. And what that really means is having a clear mission statement, a clear vision for your business, having very clear purpose, knowing absolutely why you're going into business, why this is a passion pursuit of yours and not getting distracted. It is so easy for very well-meaning advisors, mentors, colleagues to say, oh, you know what you should be doing. Oh, you know someone that I'd love to introduce you to because they could really help you. And then all of a sudden you find yourself being distracted, pursuing 20 other initiatives that may not be aligned with your purpose, your mission, your vision. So it is so important to stay laser-like focused on what it is that you're trying to do to impact the world, and that you absolutely learn the power of saying no or not right now. So there are so many offers that you're going to be receiving as an entrepreneur. And it is so important that there are times that you say, I simply can't, or I simply can't right now. And so being able to create those boundaries and create that laser-like vision for what it is that you're trying to accomplish in the world, I think is absolutely fundamental. Those are two top of mind thoughts that I have. But as you said, Ingrid, I could give you a list of probably 20 others.
And it's a delicate balance again for women that want to be open for mentorship, right? And where do you draw the line? Because we always encourage them, be open, listen to feedback, but then too much listening is not good because you lose your true north, right? So that's one. What are your thoughts on integrity? It seems sometimes people confuse being flexible from a business perspective to cutting corners.
Integrity is a non-negotiable. It's just absolutely fundamental to everything that you represent. And if you in any way trespass on your level of integrity, it is absolutely imperative that you make amends and get back on track, because there is absolutely nothing more important than integrity. It is the foundation of all success. It is the foundation of all legacy, and your level of integrity should be absolute, that it is not up for debate. It's not negotiable. It's not even questioned. That has got to be your number one. But, you know, for all entrepreneurs and all business leaders, I would say understanding what your values are, understanding those top 3 to 5 characteristics or attributes that are non-negotiable, that you would not trespass against if everything were at stake. If everything were at stake and you could lose your business, you could lose your house, you could lose your car, but you are never going to violate your level of integrity, that's a value. Or honesty, or it could be innovation, it could be creativity, but you have got to clearly understand what your values are. And those values have got to also mean that you would literally trade any other aspect of success versus in some way violate those values. And everyone has got to know what those non-negotiables are. And for many of us, we have those non-negotiables posted somewhere very publicly and probably multiple places privately as reminders. These are my non-negotiables. These are the characteristics, the principles, the attributes that I will not violate. I will not compromise on. I will not cut corners on, no matter what it costs me. If it costs me my business, if it costs me, my home, my family, I will not cross these boundaries. And I think for most business people, most business leaders, they're very clear about what those are. And you don't have to have a list of 20, but you should have a list of 3 to 5 values that really do represent who you are and what your business is. They should represent you as a person, as well as what your business value is that you're offering.
RevExpo Consulting Xstudio.